Vaughn, I'm as embarrassed as you are to be talking about this. But I've got to know.
It's not even so much an embarrassment, Courtney, as it is...
Just tell me. Was Peter right when he told me about...
Oh, come on. I thought we'd put him out of our lives.
He is. Oh. Our relationship depends on the truth, though.
Look, Courtney, I want to tell you the truth. But when you put me on the defensive about getting drunk on our honeymoon, well...
It's not just the drinking. You won't even touch me. I mean, how am I supposed to feel?
Courtney, I can explain.
Whatever it is, I'll understand. I just can't live with these questions anymore.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just not very good at opening up to you. Or to anyone, for that matter. I mean, after all, you do have a right to know. I just hope you can understand.
You have not brought the Bible? What is the meaning of this insult?
Perhaps the American convict does not value his life. Perhaps he needs...
Once he gets here, call this guy off of me! I don't know what kind of fool you think I am, honey. But I'm not that foolish.
Maybe you are as big a fool as we are when we trusted you.
Look, I don't know where you guys come from. But I'm not going to walk in here flat-footed with something that's worth over $1 million. You understand?
What does this flat-footed mean?
It means he doesn't trust us.
That's right.
Look, if you didn't bring what we wanted, why did you come?
I've got what you want, honey. I just didn't know if you guys are serious or not. All right? Now I know you're serious. So we'll talk a little business. Now you can make me an offer.
Difficult to say these things. Courtney, you know, I've always respected you.
Yes.
And I've never once tried to take advantage of you physically.
But we're married now.
Please, just let me finish. You've never asked about my romantic intentions, nor about my past.
Vaughn, we've known each other since we were children. What secrets could there have been?
That's just it, Courtney. You've known me, yes, but socially.
Well, you make it sound like we just shook hands once in a while.
Courtney, you're not like any woman I've ever been with or dated. Courtney, look, when a man grows up, he's put under tremendous pressure sometimes. I mean, the rites of passage into adulthood. I mean, men are actually encouraged to treat women as playthings or as conquests. But I've never thought of you that way. I could never think of you that way. You're just so pure and good.
Vaughn, you're talking in circles. Now, whatever this is, I can handle it.
Please, you still don't understand. Look, I don't even understand it myself sometimes. Please, I just need some time to work these things out in my own mind.
What things?
Courtney, I know this is trying for you. But please, I'm just asking for some patience on your part. Please?
Then what you're telling me is that what Peter said about the
Oh,
medical...
please, not Davidson,
I'm
again.
sorry, but the way you're acting and the things that you're saying right now, I have to wonder if he was telling me the truth.
He's lying, okay? Look, when you're pregnant with one child, rocking another in a cradle, and nursing another dark-haired summer, then maybe you'll realize what ridiculous lies these are and that Davidson is absolutely out of his mind about me being impotent.
You've asked me for patience. Well, I want the same consideration. I have to know the truth, Vaughn, no matter how painful it may be.
The truth? I've just told you the truth.
Excuse me.
Oh, it's you.
Got a good memory?
So, Redland, why don't you tell this guy to just get lost?
Paula, I think he's helping you.
Oh, and I might be Brooke Shields.
I was just kind of interested in this wad of bills you've been flashing around.
Now, I don't know of any law that says a girl can't spend a little money.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Except I am the law, and I'm going to ask you a couple of questions.
Look, why don't you guys just sit down? I'll buy you a couple of drinks, okay?
No, thanks.
Okay. You want to grill me for having a good time?
Wait a minute, Paula, now. He's only trying to keep you from getting into any more trouble.
Oh, and I'm supposed to believe that, right? Just, I mean, you would think after I did you guys such a nice favor of turning in the Bible. At least what I thought was the Bible, I'd give a little appreciation, but no.
Lighten up.
Lighten up. It's just like the old days. And I have changed, can't you see that? And yet you still give me the 3rd degree, and for what? For buying a few drinks. And I'm really sick of this. Just gonna get out of here.
All right, why were you talking to the Samir guy and the princess?
Well, maybe they think I can lead them to Lance and the Bible.
But Samir and Felix were in the newsroom. They heard everything that you said, every word. So why would they have any need to question you any further, Paula?
Well, maybe they didn't think I told everything I knew. Maybe they just didn't trust what I said. It wouldn't be the first time that's happened in this crummy town. But look, I've really got to be going, gentlemen. But this has been so pleasant. We must do it again sometime.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Yep. It's time we had another little confrontation with the princess.
Good. I think I'd like to meet that lady face to face myself.
Okay, so you offered me the right amount of money, you got your Bible.
Well, I don't know what you have in mind, but I'm willing to pay you very well.
Good, honey, let's get down to it. So what are we talking about?
I will pay you 200,000 American dollars.
You gotta be joking. Now, I'm not stupid. I know in the auction they sold that thing for over $1 million. Now, I put a lot of blood and the sweat and work into this. I expect to get that much from you.
You greedy viper!
Samir, let me take care of this
Guy
American.
off of me!
You should listen to your boss, buddy. Now, am I wasting my time here, or are we gonna talk a little business?
You are not wasting your time, but I must tell you that my resources are limited.
Listen, I don't want to hear that. If you bid that high, you know there's other people that are interested in this thing.
But who are they, my friend?
I don't know that. I don't know who they are.
Precisely. The mystery of the true value of the Dar es Salaam Bible is known to very few. And unfortunately, you are not one of them.
All right, but I read the papers. I know the guy bought it for a lot of money. I know there's other people that are interested in this thing.
Yes, there are people who are interested. But Mr. Webster's client will not deal with you directly. And no one else will give you more than the face value of $25,000. Now, these are the facts.
Thank you, Felix. So you see that we are the only possible customers for you. Now, if we come to a deal, we will both benefit greatly.
Okay, and if we don't?
Oh, but we will. For you see, you have nothing to lose.
Listen, let's get something straight here. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm an ex-convict. You know what that is? Huh? I was sentenced to life in prison. Don't tell me I got nothing to lose. Now, I'll stick to my original offer. You pay it or you don't. See you later, toots.
Tis a pity he is so disagreeable.
And so foolish.
Very foolish. The price of the Bible and your life is dropping very quickly.
Oh, and if you have to choose between life and greed, my friend, I suggest you choose life.
Okay, call him off.
I'm afraid it is just a bit too late.
Brubeck, open the door.
Vladimir, let him go.
I was right. This was a trap.
Silence.
Open his door.
One more and you serve the life sentence. Your Highness, you must hide in your room. Brubaker must not see you.
Open up! What's going on in here?
Oh, my friend and I were having a very serious conversation about
Sure,
who is going to be the next...
May I help you?
Yeah, I thought maybe I'd like to ask you a couple of questions about that girl you were asking about downstairs in a bar. Remember Paula?
The young brash one?
Yes, we were hoping she could have us some new information to lead us to that American who has the Bible, but she could tell us nothing.
You were told not to try and contact Lance.
Oh, yes, Sergeant, but if somebody should miraculously appear with a new clue, would it not benefit all of us? But it doesn't matter. It was totally unsuccessful. She could tell us nothing. But you can be rest assured that you will be the first one we will contact should anything develop.
Look, I was wondering if we could have a word with the princess.
Her Highness is resting. She is not to be disturbed.
Come on, let's go.
Perhaps that will convince you that we have not set a trap for you.
You're right. You haven't. All right, come on.
Move, 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 move!
Let's go. Price just went up to $2 million, honey. You're right. I want $2 million for the Dar Salaam.
Yeah, well, it must have looked like a bad scene from a B movie. I mean, me slamming the door as I left. Mom, how can this be happening to us?
Lori, honey, don't blow this all out of proportion.
I'm not trying to. But this is the first time that he hasn't included me in his plans. And he said he didn't want to upset me, and that's why he didn't tell me about the application letters. I don't know. I just don't know. Ever since that malpractice suit, he's had this growing dissatisfaction for medicine, and he's really gotten resentful of the clinic.
That's what Dave's told me.
Yeah, well, I've really noticed it since he got the AMA award. I mean, he's been walking around like a time bomb.
So what are you gonna do?
I want to help him, but I don't know what to do. I love him, but if I can't even trust that he's telling me the truth. Oh, Mom. He's closing me out of his life, and I just can't handle it anymore.
Lori. Honey, do you remember the rape attempt you survived? And all the problems it created between you and Ben?
Mom, this is so different. I mean, we knew what was wrong then.
Not in the beginning. Not during all those months you were at Mercy Hospital. Ben stood with you through all that, Lori. He suffered with you. He listened, and he hurt when you hurt.
Yeah, but I didn't lie to him.
Okay. I can't deny that. Look, maybe his reasoning doesn't make sense now. Maybe he's trying to save you from that anxiety until he finds his own sense of direction. But I can't believe that Ben would deliberately hurt you.
But I could always trust him before. What is out there that I don't know about?
Lori, honey, look, I know what you're going through. I understand it. Believe me, I really do. Ben has loved you through so much. And until he gets his bearings, you just might be required to show him a selfless, stubborn kind of love like you probably never even realized you had before.
But how? How, when I don't even know if he wants me to be a part of anything?
He does, even though it may not look like that to you now. But in any case, what you've got to do is go home to him tonight.
Hey, I did give up my evening to spend it with you. And I'm sure you've got a lot better things to do with yours than spend it here.
Maybe I'm just some sort of workaholic.
Well, this is definitely not the cure for that.
Well, Dave's been on my case about coming in late. Now, you want me to take off. My wife wants me to tell her every single...
Oh, so that's the problem.
What?
Laura's upset with you. Your first two excuses just didn't ring true.
It's not all that bad. But if Lori and I were movie stars, the press would have a great time with our little spats.
Oh, it's a little spat every now and then. I mean, you two lovebirds will be making up in just a couple of hours.
I hope so. You see, it's just that I'm changing, Alex. I'm not the same doctor you knew back at Kingsley General.
Well, you know, we're all entitled to a change every 7 years or so. And you haven't been gone that long.
Thanks. It's just that I want more than the four walls of this clinic. And Lori keeps getting more and more frustrated ever since I started talking about it.
Well, maybe she remembers the vision you used to have for this place.
Yeah, everybody does. Problem is, I don't have it anymore. Also, she read my mail this afternoon.
And?
Well, she saw a letter from a company where I'd inquired about a new position. She didn't know I was that serious about moving on to something else.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Well, we'll work it out one way or the other.
I see you got your new copy of the Kingsley's Position Directory here.
Mm-hmm. For every name you see in there, there's 8 grueling years of study and one big, wonderful dream. Too bad it doesn't always work out. Hey. I wonder if this is the same Brian Graham I went to school with. I can't believe it. I'm sure it is. I had no idea he was here in Kingsley. We were in the same fraternity together in undergraduate school, went through medical school together. I mean, he was a crazy, crazy funny guy.
Crazy and funny? He sounds like material for a psychiatrist to me.
No, not Brian. I mean, he was always the life of the party. He kept things light, even in the worst of times. I wonder where he... Huh. He's a plastic surgeon at the Bedford Institute.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, it says right here, that's his home base.
Well, I didn't know your old college buddy, but, I hear that their staff over there is somewhat dubious.
Really? Well, Brian definitely cannot be in that category. He was a straight A student. He had about half dozen hospitals that all wanted him to intern.
Yeah, well, I'm not accusing him personally, but it's just that they're not taken very seriously. I mean, tummy tucks and eye lifts on rich women are not exactly the kind of things that shows off our profession in the best light. Haven't they had some questionable deaths over there these past several years?
Alex, we've had questionable deaths right here at the clinic. I mean, you've had them over at Kingsley General. After all, we're doctors, we're not magicians. And the press can make whatever case they want against us anytime they want.
All right, case closed.
You know, I wish you could meet this guy. He, I mean, just seeing his name in this book brings back some of those crazy, crazy times. You know, when we were freshmen, we almost got kicked out of school for stealing another school's mascot.
A mascot?
Yeah, this other college in the same town had this turtle. I mean, huge turtle with a painted shell. And we stole it. And somehow it ended up in the showers in the girls' dormitory. I mean, the papers wrote about it, everything. And if it wasn't for our pre-med supervisor...
Hey, keep it down. We don't want the patients to hear about that one.
Oh, those were wonderful times. I just can't believe he's here in Kingsley. Good old Brian Graham. I'm definitely going to give him a call in the next few days.
Oh, put that gun away. You are being ridiculous. Look, we've saved your life.
Listen, that's right. Maybe you did. I want $2 million now. You understand? You can bring it to me in gold, jewelry, I don't care. If you bring it to me in money, I don't want it to be traced. You own the whole country, honey. I know you can get it.
If we do decide to meet your demands, how do we locate you?
Don't play me for a fool, darling. I'm not crazy. Don't play me.
What then? How do we reach you? Your brother at the museum?
No, I'll get a hold of you. You just come up with the goods, you understand? I'll get back with you. Don't do it. You just stay right there, Buster. Stay there.
No, he's still not home. He's probably out walking somewhere, blaming himself.
Did you call the clinic?
No, that's the last place he'd go, especially the way he's been feeling about that place. It doesn't matter. I mean, he could be in the shower or something. I've just got to go before I change my mind. You know what? You're right. Ben has really stuck by me, and I got to try to do the same for him. Oh, tell me something, though.
What?
Why is it that every little girl dreams of growing up and getting married and going off to some place to live in wedded bliss, only to find out it's so difficult once you get there?
But you know it's worth it.
I hope so. Thanks for your shoulder. Hope it's always there.
Well, it seems like I've used your shoulder once or twice myself. Go home to Ben without any resentment. And be willing to forgive. No marriage can survive unless you do that, Lori.
Yeah, but what if he...
No ifs. Only God can bring Ben's future into focus. Together, we can claim protection for him, even if he does stray from God's will. Well, the Lord isn't going to let him go. And you mustn't either. Stubborn love, remember?